she belongs.
All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to our Sunday gathering. Today is a very special Toki TV. We're going to have to mess with some of the muting and all that stuff, so be patient with us today. Today we are honoring our Gathering of Hearts 2025, as tomorrow would be 2 years that Toki has moved on to be with her family, which is a reason to celebrate. But we're also human, so we're all kind of going through our feels right now, and that's okay. Just a reminder that it's okay to be where you are. I do want to just briefly check in with everybody on the screen before we get started. So let me check in. Deb Cruz, how are you today?
Quiet.
Yeah. Christina, how are you?
I'm hanging in there, and I'm happy to be here with all of you on and off the screen because I love you.
I'm glad you're here. Let's see. Let me mute some people. Let's check in with Marcia.
Hey, sorry about the muting issue. I'm doing okay. You know, it's a somber day of reflection today and tomorrow, and I'm just happy to be here with all of you, like-minded and like-hearted people. So, yeah, thanks for having me.
Always. Howard, how's it going in your neck of the woods? You're muted.
There. Yeah, I'm fine. Everything is okay here. This is just, it's the second anniversary of the day that filled me with wonder and respect for Toki and her family. And I'm still not over that. It was something I cannot explain or understand, but I saw it. So it still fills me with wonder.
Thank you, Howard. Let's see. Alma, how are you?
Hi, grateful to be here with you all on the second year of being without her. And anytime I start feeling down, I just keep remembering how much of a wave of activism and unity that she's inspired in us. And that's what gets me out of it and keeps me going. So grateful for you all and for this beautiful group of humans.
Thank you, Alma. Ma, how are you?
Hey, all good this end, thanks. Just what Alma said, yeah. Well said, Alma. That's exactly what I do too. She spurs me on.
Thank you. Peggy, how are you, Peggy?
There's the human part of me that, of course, feels sadness of Toki passing before she could come home. It's not the outcome that we had all hoped for, but I also feel so grateful for all that she has given to all of us, and that we continue to stand for her family and do everything we can to help her family. And so I would just like to share again about the Marine Mammal Protection Act and Endangered Species Act that we are calling on everybody to defend, ideally writing letters, and even more ideally creating art letters. And if people aren't as inclined to create something or don't have as much time, they can also just send a card, send a special card of orcas or any endangered species. This is a photo taken by our beloved Ken Balcom, and another photo from Ken. And sperm whale fluke, they're also endangered. Sea turtles, there's all sorts of endangered species. Again, humpback whales. and our beloved southern resident orcas. So it doesn't have to be creating art, just finding a special card of one of your favorite marine mammals or endangered species. And I think that for most people here, it might be the southern resident orcas. So please do take this action to defend the Marine Mammal Protection Act and the Endangered Species Act.
Thank you.
This is
Guys, take a screenshot, everybody, here. And so if you haven't, definitely want to go to this website. This will take you directly to the action that Peggy is talking about, www.cetaceans.org. But take a screenshot. Everybody, give me a couple more minutes, a couple more seconds. All right.
Thank you.
Thank you, Peggy. Brandy, how are you? Oops, hold on. Me and my muting buttons. You have to do it yourself there.
Yeah, there were sirens. So I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to just connect with everyone today. And yeah, it's a somber day, but I see the beauty in the gift that she gave us and one another. And how Alma said, she created this wave of activism that we are educating more people about the southern residents and working to save her family. And it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. So
thank you. And most definitely, one of the blessings is all of you and the connection. And I think that's, why we called it Gathering of Hearts, because through her, we have all connected in such a deep, spiritual, profound, beautiful, loving family way. My guess is this is how the orcas and how her family feel about one another, is the way that we feel about each other, because we would all do anything for each other. And she gave us that gift, sharing that. So we appreciate that. To get started today, Rosie is with us. You can't see her, but you're going to hear her in a minute. So I just ask everyone to gather with Rosie. Rosie will check in with you, and then we'll let you lead us in prayer.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, perfectly.
Okay. I first want to open with gratitude. I open with gratitude, and I open with the acceptance of our grief that we share. For personally myself, I watched them take her out on Penn Cove. I sat with my dad as he cried. So it's been over 50 years we waited for her to come home. All of us have. But my dad went on asking me to promise him to see this through, no matter what the outcome was. He wanted her to know wherever we gathered with her again, we'd be all together. And today is that day. Tomorrow is that day. We're all going to be together in heart, mind, emotions, spiritual. We all need to document this, because at one point,
Rosie, are you there?
what we didn't expect. It's not what we expected that happened, it's what we didn't expect. So with the opening of this great graciousness and gratitude and generosity that we share our feelings with Toki and Granny and the rest of them that went on ahead of us, that I will sing this here song. And I also want you to know that Howard and I had another feeding of the ocean just a bit back. So they're being taken care of spiritually with the feeding. So I will sing this song. Are we on the studio now? Hello?
Yes, you're good.
Hello?
Yeah,
Okay.
you're good.
Ah, hey, ho. Ya, hey, ya, hey, ho. Ya, hey, ya, hey, 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 yo. Ya, hey, ya, hey, ho. Ya, hey, ya, hey, ho. Ya, hey, ya, hey, hey, yo. I'm so tired. I want to go home. Oh, ya, hey, ho. Ya, hey, ya, ho. Ya, hey, ya, hey, 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 yo. I am halfway home. I feel so much better. Oh, oh, yeah, oh, 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 yeah, oh, 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 yeah, oh, oh, hey. I am home with my family now. I shall dance. And each one of you, she is looking upon you as her family, not just her ocean family. We are her family that assimilate with her ocean life.
Thank you, Rosie.
Aishka Rosie.
Yeah, you're very welcome. So, at some point we will get some, a little bit of the reels to send to her, and I will get that from the cameraman we had there, and get that sent to you so you can send it to the group. Howie.
Good. Great. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna go off.
Love you, Rosie. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Love you.
Rosie. That was
Love you,
beautiful.
Rosie.
Thank you.
Thank
Love you,
you.
Rosie.
Bye. Love you, Howie. Give my best to Susan.
Yo.
Thank you. So for those last year who watched or who were with us, Rosie James led us in many of the prayers and the ceremony, and she made sure we gathered in some fun too. She's got a very magical way of honoring everyone, and having everyone feel and be included. And created a lot of fun for us. She wasn't even with us. She gave us an assignment and we took it to heart and we went out there and we drummed and we danced. The rain came and it was just a beautiful, cleansing moment. And so Rosie's just a powerhouse for us. And so, and just thank you, Rosie. So today, like Howard said, I mean, we all sat in kind of wonder and awe 2 years ago with the gathering at Lime Kiln of Superpod, and we all knew it meant something, but we would not know till the next day what it meant. And since the 18th is a Monday, and you all are used to gathering here, I'm gonna give everyone a moment just to hit share on their Facebook or YouTube so that others can join, because we'll be sharing a video today that we did 2 years ago. Yeah, it's about 10 minutes long, and I'm just gonna be honest. I'm feeling really raw because I've been watching the videos and kind of preparing things for today, and also knowing in my heart of hearts that she's in a much better place. But it doesn't mean that we won't miss her, because we're human and we got to do our little humanness sometimes. These spiritual powerhouses that you see on the screen, we are in these human bodies. And so we'll go through the human emotions as well. But I'm going to show that memorial video. And I just invite you all to sit and watch. Like I said, I was debating because it's a little sad, but it was also her life. And if we're going to honor her life, we're going to honor all of it. And we've said before, we can't heal what we can't acknowledge. So it'll take you through some emotions, but we're all sitting here together. And so we'll talk about it after. Okay. Not sure who has the background. There we go. So again, I think grateful to her family for showing up the day before so that when this happened, we were able to put it together what was happening, and there's comfort in that, knowing that they were waiting for her. I just want to check in with everyone, see if anyone has anything they want to say at this point before we talk about or go to the live stream of the Whale Museum. Peggy?
I wanted to share how much gratitude I have for Toki for teaching us grace and strength and love and bringing us together. And I wanted to share that on the third day after her passing, which is supposedly the day, according to her people, when their spirit actually leaves their body. And on the third day, when I was in Iceland working to end Icelandic whaling, I walked out after delivering the origami whale curtains to these different decision makers, and this is what we saw. And I just could not help but I've never seen a cloud like that before. And I feel like she's with us and she's reminding us of her family and carrying on her legacy. So I thank everybody for all of the work we have done and all that we will continue to do.
Thank you, Peggy.
Thank you, Peggy. I actually, I think that if I can get through it, this would be a really good time to read a poem. I did not write it. Mary Ann Brine wrote it, but it's called Still Near. Grief is an ache, a longing to be with the one you have lost. But what if they are not lost at all? What if they simply stepped into another room through a doorway of light? We cannot follow, not yet, but we can imagine that they are where pain does not reach, where time is kind and where laughter lingers like music in the air. Maybe they're sitting beneath a tree that blooms every season, watching the wind carry our love like petals on the breeze. And sometimes when the world is quiet, we feel them. Not in the past, but close. In a moment, a memory. A dream that feels too real to be actually a dream. Sorry. Maybe that's them reminding us I'm not gone. I'm just elsewhere, still loving you, still near. Sorry.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Marcia?
Thank you, Christina. That was really beautiful, and I wanted to kind of piggyback off of that lovely poem that you just read. And I just wrote this up today, but so this is just my belief. You know, Toki is not actually dead. She continues on in all of our hearts and minds. In fact, she's actually everywhere. Her name continues to be spoken through the work of people like Toki's Legacy, the Langley Whale Center's new Toki exhibit, the Toki ferry boat, this show, TokiTV, and countless social media pages, some with her indigenous name, Skalichuktanat, and 2 documentaries, Resident Orca making its way around, and then one very soon to come out, hopefully on Netflix, from producer Ryan White. We don't know the name yet. But whatever name you wish to call her, she continues to make a huge impact on the world. Global ceremonies were held after her death like nothing I've ever witnessed before. Her loss was soul crushing, and like everyone, one of the worst tragedies in memory. But there is one very healing thought that I carry with me now, and that is that she's not really gone. She is just on the other side of that doorway. Still pervasive, still engaging, and still inspiring all of us. I still talk to her sometimes, and I rest in the awareness that her essence lives on and will continue to. She prods us to act. She guides us all to continue to advocate for her and family. I believe she doesn't want her death to be endlessly grieved. We've all shed many tears for her, and I still do. Instead, she hopes we focus that energy on working together like we are toward making positive change and to be better stewards for her kind.
Thanks, Christine, and thanks, Marcy. That was just beautiful, and I think it echoes all our sentiments. I know, she's not gone. Believe me. She's just so strong in spirit, and yeah, that's why we're all here, because she wants us to help her family, and that's our mission. That's what we need to do in any way possible. So it just makes me and makes us more determined, our family more determined to help her.
Thanks, Mom. And so many people on the screen and watching that watch, every week, and just so many people doing the actions like you said, Marcia. I mean, what a she's been so honored. And I'm so grateful that she had that ability to connect with all of us. There are so many with a similar story, and some, who didn't make it and didn't get to have those times. And I just feel that like I'm grateful that the world has honored her, and she's reached all over the world. It's not just here. She's reached everywhere. And I have to believe, I mean, we've seen the sign, like Peggy, you saw that cloud with her eye. I'll try to get this picture up in a little while to show what we saw the night of our gathering last year, and with the moon and just the little signs, I think, are little thank yous. And yeah, she's letting us know she's still around, but they're also, I also believe that they're thank yous, because they show themselves to people in such a deep and personal way, like with you, Peggy, and all your activism, and she showed you what you needed to see at that time. I believe is a thank you. She had I'm so grateful, and I just a quick shout out to you, Marcia. I can't stand the Miami Seaquarium. I think most of us cannot stand the Miami Seaquarium, and what those animals have gone through and continue to go through. And you were such a bright spot for her, and yeah, I told you back then, and other people have probably heard me. She saw you towards the beginning, and I think you just brought such a spark or joy. You can see that connection with the two of you to her, and then at the end, you brought her that hope. And she saw you. I feel like she was starting to, she kind of like this, right? And then she saw you again, and it brought her closer to being home, because you were that piece from her past as well. And so I feel like she knew she was going there, and we all thought we were doing something different. But I am so grateful to you for having your hand on her heart, and for giving her comfort in those final months and in those final moments, because she knew she was safe, and she knew she was loved, and she was free to go. She was free to go home, and you felt her leave. And I feel like you made it okay for her to go home to her family, and what a beautiful, beautiful gift. So thank you, Marcia. And I just wanted to say that. Thank you so much for being that for her and for all of us, because we couldn't all be there, but I feel like when you held her, we were all holding her, and she felt all of us through that. Thank you.
If I could just reiterate that was perfect. But I used to get images of a lady from with her hair tied back, blonde hair, tall, and I heard her voice telepathically from Toki, and I'd get flashes of her face from her, and I knew that it was a trainer, but I didn't know who it was, when it was, and then when I think it was you, Annette, invited Marcia onto the show, I couldn't contain myself, and I don't know whether you all remember it. I literally jumped off my chair, because I knew straight away, as soon as I seen Marcia's face and as soon as I heard her voice, I knew this was the friend that Toki had been missing for so many years. And the comfort that it gave me, and the comfort that it gave all of us, to know that there was one of us there with her when we couldn't get to her. And I think that was one of the hardest things that I've ever had to go through, because I was there all the time. As often as I could, I'd be there with her. And then, of course, because of COVID and then the public not being allowed to go into her, I couldn't get to her. And it was so hard and frustrating not be able to get to her physically. And that was, as you say, Annette, the human side of us, the human side of me needing that contact with her. But I had the spiritual side, and once Marcia was with her, I knew that she was okay. So there's no words, Marcia. Thank you. Sorry.
I told you today was going to be a little bit of a roller coaster of emotions, and knowing that she's in the best place she could possibly be. She's home. Yeah. Alma, I want to check in with you. I kind of had you muted because I think you have a fan going, but I want to make sure that I'm acknowledging you there. If there's anything you would like to share before we do the Happy 17th. But
It's okay, Paul. Sorry.
I mean, we're still obviously all navigating these stages of grief together. Thankfully, we have each other. But yeah, today I was really thinking hard about Marcia and how special it is that she was able to be there with Toki in those last months. Like, how did the universe conspire to make it so that Marcia was available to go be with her? That's just a beautiful thing, and it was meant to be. And I'm so grateful that she had you, Marcia, there with her in those final moments. It was just meant to be. So special. There were so many things to talk about that conspired, and you know, the fact that her family got together. I'm sure Howard will talk about that. I hope he does. But just some magic things that happened that make it all make sense a little bit in retrospect. But yeah, we're just all still navigating this after 2 years. It's kind of crazy. But Marcia, again, so much gratitude that you were there with her. Thank you for making it work in your life. I know it was not easy.
go ahead, Marcy.
Sorry about the muting thing, but no, I just want to say that basically on a daily basis, when I would sit with her, just in quiet times, not doing anything but just sitting together, I would tell her names of people, you guys, all the time, and say, guess what? Do you have any idea how much Annette loves you? Howard loves you? And like, I would go on, Maria and Ula and you guys, and just rattling off names. And I'm honored. It's really the biggest honor of my life to have been that conduit. I'm aware of that. I feel like that was my place, is to be that connection between you guys and her. And I think she was aware of that too. I really do. So I'm honored, and thank you all for your kind words. It's very, very sweet. It touches my heart deeply. I love you guys. Sorry, I'm a little weepy.
That's okay. Howard?
Well, Toki became my guide, my mentor, almost my parent in a way. And Marcia taught me so much about her, and it was completely through the media, from a documentary, Spirit in the Water, back in 1995, that really gave me some deep insight into her ability to convey emotion and love and affection and caring. And that just deepened my commitment to her, my feeling of we have to help her, that this is something that it's a sacred obligation to help her. And that carried on the entire time. And then we lost her, but we hold on to that feeling of she is still with us. She is still our guide, our loving presence. And I feel heartened. I feel warmed by her presence even now. And that video production that you played and that you created, and it was just so beautiful. It really brought out so much of her spirit and her outpouring of affection for us all. And I knew kind of, intellectually that meant that's how her family is. That's how they live. That's how they feel about each other and about life. And then that gathering 2 years ago that was memorialized in that lime kiln video uh, showed me there's way more to it than I even imagined. And I'm still trying to assimilate that. But there's grief, but there's also joy. There's also a sort of a fulfillment in her. Thank you. Yes, in knowing that her family is still carrying on in the same spirit that she always did, and that they know her, they know what she went through, and they honor her and her transition. So they are all my guides, my teachers, my mentors.
Thank you for your words, Howard. You know, in the video, and I'm just going to leave this up as it's playing, and we could just chat. But in the video, there's no way to capture and honor all the people who've advocated for her and done so much work. And Howard, I don't know, you noticed in that video, I mean, you and Ken are one of the first human people that I show in that video, because you did so much and for so many years. And it's because of that it brought so much attention to her and her plight. And I have no doubt that you know, started there with you. So I just want to thank you, Howard, for dedicating your life to helping her get home, which she did. And in such a way and so powerfully that so many people are now aware of the Southern residents and their plight and what we need to do to reach the dams and get them some food and you know, and just even when it seems overwhelming, like your strength and has your guide for us too, Howard, and you know, and just not giving up. And you said that one time when we were first kind of doing TokiTV about how she inspires you because she keeps going every single day despite the circumstances. And so when you think of it in that way, there's no way we can stop. You know, and there's no way that we will stop in fighting for what's right. But yeah, I remember too, Lori, we were doing our Thursday night prayers, and it was Thursday night that the 17th of 2023 was a Thursday night, and we were getting ready to do our prayer and meditation, and we were all just in awe of what was happening, not knowing what it meant, but knowing it meant something. We weren't sure if it was a birth, if it was a, you know, we didn't know what was happening. But when you watch this video, and if you haven't, go to YouTube and go to the Whale Museum and look up August 17th, 2023 and watch this video. I mean, there's probably, I mean, it went on for hours, but there's probably a 20-minute clip there that'll give you a really good idea. And we just remember us watching it live, knowing that something happened. And there's so many like stories. Like Ma had given me this beautiful necklace to wear for protection, and believe it or not, I mean, it cracked in such a way, and I wore it right over my heart, and it was for protection. And when I see the time, and then the time I got called, it was at that time that she crossed, and I truly believe that was protecting my heart. And then having to get on and get all these folks on to tell them, and it was just so much. But there's so many instances of what you would describe as magic, and just beautiful because she's so powerful and spiritual. And all of our connections to her have been. Before I forget, I want to show you this, Peggy. This is the one I was saying. This is what was shown to us the night of after our ceremony there at Lime Kiln.
Wow.
That was in the back porch before we started doing karaoke, Marcia. And and we all just stopped and knew, and there was no filter, there was no anything. That was just the sky as we were all standing on that back porch together. Just beautiful. I think we all have some of those stories. And I could watch this for hours. Go ahead, Marcy. Oops, where are you? There you are. Go ahead.
To share that in the days preceding her death, we stayed with her all day and all night. And I did 2 of those shifts overnight with her, just sitting by her side, talking to her, trying to understand what was happening. It was very stressful. But at the same time, I want everybody to know that she was so vocal. She was vocalizing as if she was talking to someone. And when I heard, I didn't know about this gathering. I was at this aquarium all night long with her while this was happening. I wasn't on that Thursday night. I found out after she passed away about that gathering. And I swear, I know that she was talking to her family. That's just exactly how it felt to me. She would whistle and vocalize and then be quiet and then respond and then be quiet. And I'm like, wow, I'm hearing one side of a conversation. You can't convince me that didn't happen. So I somehow they were aware and like Howard said, of her whole time there. And part of me loves that because I want to hope that they know I was there trying to take care of their daughter. I really hope that they knew that. They know that. Sorry, near the death. That's all.
Thank you for sharing that. And you know you've had so many moments that you know, like we said earlier, right? You're a connection. You were a little plug to Toki, sending our messages, sending our love, and in turn sharing with us what she was doing and going through, and just really, really grateful for that. And I feel like some of the things, and this might be a good time, Marcia, some of the things that you were helping her do were things that she may not have been able to or may not have had prior to you doing these trainings with her and giving her a say in her care and giving her hold on, let me just take this off real quick. You know, giving her a voice, if you will, in a way to communicate what she wanted. And I truly believe that really helped her get to make the choices that she needed to make to go home. But I'm going to show a video if is that okay to do that now, Marcia? And then you can tell us about it. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so I wanted to show that video because so I got this inspiration to create a communication board with her. I wanted her to be able to just swim over and tell me what she wanted to do. Do you want to eat? Do you want ice? Do you want me to swim with you? Do you want music? Do you want your wetsuit? And so that was really just probably the maybe second or third session. She's just so bright. She picked it all up so quickly. She was like, okay, I know exactly. She'd never seen anything like this before. And she's just so intelligent. And so I have all the written out plans. I mean, I was going to extrapolate this out into like 50 words, I was going to have sentences arranged so she could be very clear and tell me what she wanted. And we were going to transfer that up to the sanctuary and in a high-tech way. I mean, Jim Irsay was going to pay for it and have, high-tech buttons where one meant this, one meant that. You could basically control, which she never had in her life, very little control over what happened to her, and I wanted to change that. And so just such a smart, amazing girl that picked up on that stuff so quick. I was like, oh my God, I better get going. I got a lot of stuff to do. She's already, picking up on this so quick. So it was going to be something where I could ask her a question and she could answer me, so it's disturbing that never could happen, but I'd like to show that so that when people see these orcas in the wild, they're super geniuses. We have to keep them in that space. They're so beyond what we think and what we know. And that leads back to that event that Howard was talking about. They have a level of consciousness that surpasses ours, I believe. So my little communication board is such a small thing in that big picture, but to me, it was important and I wanted to share it with you guys. So thanks for playing that.
I think it is a big thing in the big picture, giving her that ability to make some choices for herself. Like, when you think about it as just as even humans, just free will. Again, I really think you guided her towards her return home, and she knew she could make that choice and not have to worry about anyone else, but it was her choice to return home, and her family sat there and called her. I mean, we talked about that one picture that we've shown over and over. I don't know if I have. Yeah, I do. This one. And when that was taken, this isn't, photoshopped or doctored or anything either. But do you remember this when we were all talking about this photo, and look at the light shining right there. This was in that week. I mean, I want to say this was like on a Monday or something, or Tuesday. And I think it was a Tuesday. And you see that light, like she's going up into the light. And so I've used that picture on several things, but I think she was already on her way home. And so when you tell us, Marcia, about her communicating, I mean, that's what she was doing right there. And, letting them know she was coming. And I think they were calling her home. And yes, I'm making it all up because I don't know, but that's what it means to me. And that's what it meant to me when I first saw it. So thanks for sharing that about the communicating. I think they probably had been talking. I wish there had been recordings overnight, the technology I wish was higher back when, because I have a feeling she was communicating with them way before that. But I think in those final days, that was Mom.
I'm going to jump in. You know what I'm going to say? Yeah, they do. they just, oh my goodness, there's no words to describe just the level of intelligence and their level of spirituality. Just a totally different vibe, energy, frequency to us. And it's just so much more intelligence, so much more love, so much more empathy, so much more humor. just so much more thought. It's just absolutely, as I say, there's no words to describe just how they are and what they've taught us. And to be honest, I think that we're all so lucky, and I'm so grateful. I've connected with lots of animals in the past, but none on the same frequency as Telecom and Toki. And the rest of them, they don't have to voice. They know instinctively. They hear in that other frequency, that spiritual level of what's happening with them all and how they're feeling. And it's just, the love that we feel for our family. And I'm talking about us here on the screen and those that are watching and listening. That love is being passed on to us. How we feel about each other is how they feel about each other. And we're so lucky to be able to feel that, because that's their love. So believe me when I tell you, just, yeah, they do.
Yeah. And that gives me some peace knowing that she wasn't alone ever.
No.
How many miles away across the entire, so we call it Ring of Hearts, right? Because from one tip to the other and all of us in between. I mean,
and Marcia there with her best friend, her very best friend of human form, and that's a beautiful thing. And like everyone said, I'm so grateful for that. And like Howard said, Toki was his mentor and his teacher, and now she still is, and her family is. And that's what I have to say, is that we can learn so much from them.
Let me see. I don't want to ignore anyone. Brandy, and just so you guys know, we're at our hour and whatever, because we have more to do. But Brandy, is there anything that you wanted to share?
I remember meeting everyone last year when I went to San Juan for the Gathering of the Hearts, and when I was talking with Marcia, and one of the things that struck me is truly beautiful was I was talking to her about how in her book she talks about how she felt Toki leave, how she felt that energy, that big beautiful spirit, she felt her leave. And I remember saying to Marcia, like, what a beautiful gift, because there comes such trust with that, such trust that she trusted Marcia so much and loved her so much that the universe unfolded the way it did. And I'm just so grateful for that. And I'm learning through my own personal experience what a powerful you're not alone. You're never alone. Everyone knows that my father recently passed away, and I was not alone in that room. There was a lot of presence in that room, and definitely it's just so magical when I think about Toki and what was happening at Lion Kiln, and with Marcia being there. So it's been really beautiful just to be here and to absorb all this and to feel the sadness, but at the same time know that we're going to be really busy. We've got to continue fighting for her family. And I'm so glad that more people are becoming aware of her family.
Sorry, I got to interrupt really, really quick. Deb Cruz, I'm going to give you the reins. I have to take an emergency call.
So what I'd like to do, I put it on screen there too, is to make sure that we remember Chisulik, Skilahela, and Matas, or Tamas, for sharing their relationship, their connection, their stories, and giving us the opportunity to stand with them and be a part of something very special, not only with Toki, but an ongoing sacred obligation to the Southern residents. Peggy, did you want to?
I just wanted to, again, thank everybody and to reiterate what Ma had shared about the things that as a scientist may not be proven in our lifetimes, but just to even see the comparison of an orca brain next to a human brain. Orcas have the mega brain and there's the convolutions in their brains and how complex they are. It's like incredible. And the things that many of us feel and sense about when Marcia, and thank you, Marcia, for sharing the vocalizations that Tokite was doing the week and days before her moving on. And then, what was going on in Limekiln that Howard was so, blessed to be, present for. It doesn't surprise me at all. It just basically to me, yeah, it says so much more that many people may not realize, but it says so much about these incredible beings and Tokite. And I used to say about her when she was in her physical body, I go, there's something about her. and I still believe that. So yeah, and may we continue to stand for her families and ensure that they get to be on this planet and be healthy and thrive, and that we do everything we possibly can in our human capabilities to do this for them. Thank you, Deb.
Any last words from anybody else?
I agree, Peggy. We've got to, we've been given this mission, and my words is we need to treasure them. What can we do? We've got to do everything we can in our power to help them, however, whichever way possible. Writing letters, as you say, making phone calls, emails, protests, the lot. We've got to bring it to the forefront to let people know exactly what's happening and that they need food and they also need peace and quiet. So do it for Toki, please. If there's one thing that we can take from today, please do it for Toki. Help her family in whatever way possible. And I know we're going to have actions in the next few weeks. And I know that Peggy's got cetaceans.org and the code that was shown at the beginning of the show. Please just do everything you possibly can to help them, because they need us and they need us desperately. So that's all. Thanks everyone.
Any other closing comments?
Everybody get into action. I have to say that again too. Into action. Now is the time to get into action. They need us. They're trying to change those laws, and we need just to get into action. And I love everybody. It was so wonderful just to be present for this today.
This has been a very precious session of Toki TV. I feel Toki's love is washed over us, and cleansed us and purified our feelings and thoughts. And thank you, Wendy, for saying how Susan kept the Toki love alive here on Whidbey Island for a decade. And thank you all. I can't thank you enough. This is just so beautiful. Toki's love is with us. We feel it. We know it.
Thank you. Marcia, were you saying something? Were you wanting to say something?
I'm in love with you guys so much. Thank you for everything you've done and continue to do for her and her family. And, you know, together we will make change. It might be a lot slower than we'd like, but, you know, we can do this, you guys. We have to just keep our focus on it and keep sharing the word. Also want to just mention that the Langley Tokite exhibit is coming and it's going to be amazing. I can't wait to visit it myself in October, but the opening is on the 30th, right, Howard? So that's going to be great. And I'm just honored to be a small part of that opening. So keep the messages rolling, you know, about our family. We can do this, you guys. And thank you. I love all of you so much. Mwah.
Thanks, Marcia. So sorry, I had to hop off. I do want all of us to share in something though, and I know again we're over our time. But speaking of being in love with each other, there's a moment from the ceremony when, and this is what I shared after when we did the salmon ceremony. And there's a part where we hand the salmon down, and as I was watching each person touch it, I was just falling deeply in love with that person in that moment. And I've shared that with this group before, like just the hearts when they participated in that ceremony was so powerful. So I do want to end by sharing that. And it is like 5 minutes and it is very shaky in the beginning because people are walking and we're on rocks. And so there's no stable camera or anything. So you'll have to deal with that. But I would like us to all participate in it. And so if you guys would think of what you would like to offer Toki Spirit and her family. And as you watch the video, put your offering into that salmon and watch as the team blesses it on its way down, adding their prayers and offerings to the salmon. So yeah, if you guys are okay, I'm going to go ahead and share that. We're going to close with that. If I can get it. So you're gonna have to give me a minute because I gotta share this. If there's anyone else that has something to say it now before I play the video. But I just, does everyone need a moment or do you have your offering? Because I want this to mean that to you. You guys are good? Okay. If I can learn how to share this will be even better. Hold on. I have too many screens open, that's why. Here we go.
family, JK and Elmont. Whatever eats the salmon, it will build up and impact the entire food web and make it